Hi, I'm Todd Elschler from the Telluride Society for Jazz, coming at you from the Wilkinson Public Library. We have just put on display, with the help of the Stronghouse Studios, we've put on display the original artwork from the 35th anniversary Telluride Jazz Celebration. The piece of art was done by Roger Mason, painted right here in the streets of Telluride, looking at our idyllic setting of Ajax and the beautiful old buildings of the Sheridan Opera House. For those of you who don't know Roger Mason, he is a very well-known Telluride artist, and Cuba. He paints a lot in Cuba and New Orleans, and he has a great following. Please come down to the Wilkinson Library, take a look at this painting, or if you're not in Telluride, you could go to telluridearts.org or telluridejazz.org for information about the painting. There will be a QR code set up right here next to the painting, and that will take you directly to the website. So if you are in town, please stop by, and even if just to admire it, and if you know someone who you think it would look good on a wall in their home, please let them know about it.
I'm Alison James, and I moved to Telluride in '95, and I immediately started painting because I took classes at the AHA school with Bruce Gomez. And I started off with pastel and then went on to watercolor, and now I'm doing oil. And I've collected a lot of scenes during my time here, my favorite scenes, and I just painted them up for this show. Yeah, I work from a photograph because the light doesn't last maybe more than 5–10 minutes, so you have to use a photograph. But the tendency with photography is that it distorts the picture, so you have to squish it and remember how it's really supposed to be. Contact me at alleypainting@hotmail.com or my phone number 970-817-6141.
I'm Meredith Nemiroff, and I'm showing my paintings at the Telluride Library. I live in Ridgeway, and I've been drawing and painting for as long as I can remember. I grew up in New York City, and most people in Telluride know me as a longtime instructor at the AHA school, and also as a plein air painter. I work in watercolor, and I teach a lot of plein air painting. These paintings that I'm showing at the library are something different. They're oil on canvas, and they're done in my studio. And I've never shown my oil paintings here before, so I'm kind of excited to get them out of the studio. This is what I do, these large paintings from these tiny little drawings. And some of them are as simple, they're all line drawings, some of them are as simple as this. I don't have the specific drawings that I did these paintings from, but these were done by the river. So here's one of the river in the spring thaw. This painting is oil on canvas. I believe I did the little drawing up from the mountain villages, looking through the aspens at the mountains. It's a combination of really wet, well, watered down with turpentine oil, very washy in the background, and then thicker paint for the trees in the foreground. I've worked with watercolor my whole life and only started with oils about 8–10 years ago, so it's quite a different challenge. This painting was done in the forest, a group of aspens together. It sort of leads to my more abstract work with the movement of the branches and the overlapping forms and the spaces, what's going on between the trees. And this one is more recent than the other two, and it does move more into abstraction. If you look up close, there are a lot of those topographical lines that I've started putting into my work around the shapes that are on the aspen trunks. And you have to look up close. They're incised lines, so they're sort of show the progression from the more realistic aspens to a more stylized representation of the trees. There are a couple of pieces that are back to the watercolor medium, and this piece you can really see part of that body of work that's really more abstracted from the trees. And these are drawn on site, and it's mixed media, watercolor, ink, graphite, and monochromatic black, white, and yellow palette.
Telluride Mushroom Festival is happening the third weekend in August. I think it's August 19th through the 21st, and fungophiles from across the country and world gather in Telluride because, as everybody knows, we have an amazing mushroom foray in this town. Something new that they're doing this year is that they had some mushroom artists give their work, and we're displaying them in the music section. And these three pieces are by Cruz Garcia. He's from Oregon. He's been an artist his whole life, but most recently he started doing mushroom art, and he's been contributing to Fungi magazine since 2009 and the Telluride Mushroom Festival since 2010, and he's the artist for the Mushroom Festival poster this year. And then these five are by Andrew McGranahan, and he's an artist from California, and this series is called Explore. He is white umbrella design, so he's a graphic designer, and just really cool stuff, I think.